It's a 2001 Ford Explorer Sport Trac.
Brian's Mobil 1.
So on this one we're doing a fuel pump. The pump is actually clear back in here. You always do a fuel filter at the same time that you do the pump. Fuel filter for this right here. I want to show you the kind I use because they're awesome. See how long it is on the split? That makes it really easy to spread and put on. Okay, here's how to do a Ford disconnect. This is on a 2001, the 4-liter. So you push on this first. Once that's out of the way, you push it forward if it doesn't do it already. Get that out of the way. And then counterintuitively, you want to push the line all the way up in there. And then if you can, spray some silicone in there. There's adhesives and there's lubricants. I'm talking lubricants. So just a little squirt in there. This helps to lubricate everything and can help your day go a lot easier and better. So click this on, get it in there, and you should feel a little spring action, a little spring depression, which is weird because usually people get depression in the winter time. We're talking spring depression. So you push it in all the way, shove this in there. See how that went? It didn't go before, but you get a little silicone on there, makes a big difference. And then once this is up to the little barb, this is the barb. So we're putting the thing in there. This is what the spring's holding on to. And now we can pull the line off. So I've got my fingers like this, got my thumb like that. I'm kind of squeezing around here. You just kind of work it back. If it doesn't work the first time, try again. Push the spring down, push the tool up in. That's the key. And then you can pull it off like that, off like that, off like that. So why do we have to use the silicone? It's because we're trying to protect the little O-rings in there. Let me zoom you in there so you can see them. But this is all your filter is. You can look at your new one before you start and see. But the tool just gets right up to that, makes a ramp for the spring clip to get off. What spring clip? You keep talking about the spring and the spring clip. I don't know what you're talking about. So you can see a blue O-ring and there's a yellow one. Sometimes there's a brown and yellow. But anyway, there's just O-rings up in there that do the sealing. And then those are your spring clips. And they clip onto, you can see the little barb right there? That barb is what these springs go onto. So again, if you want to clip it in, those O-rings are sealing right there, so no leaks. What holds it in is that little spring in the corner that the light's eclipsing on. The way these used to work is you used to have to put these on and then put a clip in. And that was so hard, right? No, it wasn't. It was freaking awesome. Great design. And then you just pull these off. And they even like gave you a little thing you could hook a screwdriver on. And then the box even comes with a whole bunch of them. They're freaking awesome. But then they went to these abominations. So look at your fuel filter. Everybody hates these. They're such a pain in the butt. They're less of a pain in the butt if you get this tool. For your convenience, silicone, it's not going to mess up your fuel system or whatever. And it's going to save you from having a leak here. So that's why I do those. Stick that in there, go in nice and straight. Listen closely. Click, it's in. These are so easy if you do them right. It's such a headache if you don't. So that will not come undone. Fuel flow goes up from the back of the fuel tank and the pump to go here. Just in case you missed it the first time, we're going to do it again. We're going to give it a little squirt of silicone. Mostly you want it on the tip. Why? Because that's what's going to greet those O-rings first, and you want it to slide, not tear. So we take this guy. It doesn't matter if you get it in the fuel line so much. Going to click that in and push this on until it goes click. And take this, rock it on with a little click, advance it forward, and then the other part is going to click on. You know you're good if it rotates like that, and when you try to pull it off, it doesn't come off. So then I rotate it. You can twist these any way you want because it's just sealed with an O-ring. There's no nuts and bolts or tightening or nothing. I rotate it till this says flow. That way, I look left like I'm crossing the street. I look right like there's somebody I want to meet. And the engine's here, so you know that the gas is going from the tank to the engine. And you just double check one more time that we have correct flow. What happens if you put it backwards? On some fuel filters it won't flow, other filters it won't really filter good. This is the way it's designed to catch garbage. The inside of this filter is actually paper, and it's kind of like a cupcake paper thing, like what you put in the pan before you do cupcakes. And like a trash can, if you flip a trash can upside down, you can't fit as much trash as if it's right side up. And so that's the way we want it to be. Now how come that didn't squirt me more than it did? I'll tell you why. Fuel pump went bad and it got cranked forever and run out of gas. If you have a temporary problem, this took several days or even a week to fail, where it was hard to crank, hard to start, and then it would work. And if you want to know how to get it to start again, as long as it doesn't have a rock shield like this, I'll post a video right here. It'll show you how to get your fuel pump going one more time. But that's how you do your filter. We're doing the filter with the pump. If you run the vehicle with the relay pulled out, it won't run very long, and it'll keep you from squirting everywhere. It'll depressurize the system. Another way you can do it is with the Schrader valve. While watching this video, you may have thought, well, I can't do a lift. You know, I don't have the space or the money or whatever. But you might be surprised, a lift like this, you can pick one up for like 1,500 bucks. And I've got an 11-foot something, not even 12-foot ceiling. But because I use a floor plate like I do, I can get away with it, and it's so stinking nice to have. If you want to see my video on this, I've got a video on how to install a lift, like how I did this one, and what you have to have or what you require in order to put different kinds of lifts in. But your scissor lifts and stuff, like even some of the Harbor Freight ones, they're $1,000 bucks, and 1,500. Might as well get something like this that you can get a lot better height and workability. And that way you can take your wheels off, you know, and not have any hassle or do your exhaust or whatnot. They are the shiznit to have. Saves your back. And the biggest thing for me is, like on a job like this, I'm standing upright mostly. And I can get a lot more leverage on stuff than I could otherwise. And you can hang and pry and do all kinds of stuff. I'm not saying that's safe in all cases. That's your number one reason to get in a lift. It's not. But it just makes a world of difference. Makes every job a little easier. That's why every repair shop tries to have one if they can. But even if you're just doing it at home, another fun thing about this is you can take your car and stick it up in here. So I got a single door here, double door here, so that's a 3-car garage. When you put this in here, I can park 2 cars. I've got a bunch of pictures of doing that. I can put one up on the ceiling like your project car or something, and still be able to pull in and get your car out of the hail, rain, and the freezing ice, scrapey window stuff and snow. I'm telling you, it's the way to go. There's all these things and excuses why we can't do this, or, you know, I shouldn't do that. But oftentimes it's all in your head. Alright, so I had the battery charging first thing when I pulled it in, because there was a lot of cranking and self-leveling and whatnot during towing. It killed the battery. Now bear in mind, I didn't hear much of a fuel pump come on. Let's crank it over, see what it does, make sure we're in park. Oh, it likes it. Airbag light. Well, that's nice. I did try to prime it, but the new fuel pump's so stinking quiet, I didn't even hear it come on. So after I do a fuel pump job, you know, somebody's had it off. Oh my. Yeah, okay, it's one of those funky chicken ones. So somebody's had this off and they've been testing and whatnot. I always try to make sure that that's on good, because I don't want to check engine light coming on saying evap leak or some other crap if, you know, somebody else had hands on it, so I always check that. It's the little stresses, the little stupid little things, you know. So anyway, another one in the books, another one done. That dirty little, rusty little sucker.
Bonus footage at the end.
I'm good, let's do this.